Hey guys, MWUSA, Season 4, Episode 29. It is still Friday night, and I just dropped off one of my kids to a basketball game to watch one of their friends play their last game in high school before they graduate. And just kind of wanted to do just this informal thing here where I just kind of talk about what's been going on and how I'm feeling and stuff. And you can skip the episode if you want to, but I just want to kind of go through what's going through my mind right now and what I'm trying to accomplish. And I want to say, blackjack got me to where I am right now, but it doesn't mean that blackjack has to be a part of what I do forever. Obviously, people move on and they find bigger and better things, and I have, and I'm struggling with a few things. For one, I'm struggling with, I can't tell you guys a lot of stuff, and it's difficult for me. And people are like, well, just make it where you have people pay you a monthly amount and stuff like that. And I really don't want to do that. But, there's certain information that just can't be out there, and then there'll be millions of people doing it because there's so many things that are stronger than blackjack. And I've been going through a real tough time with blackjack, especially lately. I mean, I go through some incredible runs, but when I go through those tough times, I think to myself, man, it's so much easier with slots. And now recently some of the bigger slot games have come out. They're a very high variance, and I'm experiencing a lot of variance with those too. And I'm just trying to think of what direction I want to take things. And I kind of feel like, this weekend I'm going to get a little bit more organized of all my extracurricular stuff that I'm working on. And I really feel like right now, just one of the things I'm doing online, I might be able to lock down about $5,000 a month. And then the other one, I could probably lock down 600 or so. Maybe a little bit more a month, and I'm just trying to just evolve a little bit more, and I think I'm going to start traveling in a different way than I did before, and that might mean that this whole podcast changes drastically, because what I may start to do is 2 days a week are overnights, and I would actually travel like 7 hours each way and go through a circuit of casinos. Obviously, there's something different going on, or I wouldn't do this. I would set this up so that I would have more possible earnings than I do right now, and I'm just kind of examining this stuff. And I think I need to pull the trigger on it by the end of the month. Also, I have a guy that I've talked to, and we've made a deal. The problem is this. I don't know the guy that well. I've seen him for a few years, and I've talked to him, and he's friendly enough. But when you start talking about big money, how much do you really trust people? And somebody could pay you the first 5 times, 10 times, and then when you make a really big score, you're not getting paid. So part of the reason that I haven't done a lot of team play has been because it's difficult for me to trust people, which is probably not a great quality. I mean, it's safe, but is it a good quality to approach things that way? And so I'm always going to be worried about somebody potentially not being honest. And at the same time, whenever I make a deal with someone, I want to not charge them if we lose, because I don't want them to think that I'm trying to cheat them, if that makes sense. So that's something that I have to work through. But my purchases that I'm doing are not yielding me the amount of profit that I want it to, and it's a big risk as far as money. And although I've fine-tuned it now and I think I can make it happen faster, it's still risking a lot to make a little. So that's on the table as one thing that I may continue or may not. I probably will continue it for the next quarter or so and just see how things go. The second thing is some online stuff that I've been working on, and we could call it arbitrage. It's not really arbitrage, but we could call it that, just to have a name for it. And it's making me okay money. I'm making a couple $100 a day. Some days $700, some days $50. But I've had a really good run with it. And I think I only had maybe one down day in the last couple of months doing it. So it may be something that I can expand and do more of, but I'm having a hard time expanding. So I'll be doing that research this weekend as well. Maybe tonight, actually. Maybe when I get home, I'll continue that. So the purchases, the arbitrage, the slots, and the blackjack. I'm really kind of burned out on the blackjack. I love the blackjack, but it's like this constant everybody watching you so closely, and if you don't want to be watched, then you have to lower your spread, or you have to raise your bets and make less units, and there's risk involved with all that. There's more variance, and I've experienced that in the last few months where I'm making less units, but my variance is huge, because when it doesn't work out, now you're in CTR trouble, and you have to be concerned with that. So those are the things that I'm involved with right now. And then credit card stuff. I feel like I should work a little bit harder on the credit card stuff. I feel like I am not educated enough on the benefits of these expensive credit cards, these $695 and $995 credit cards with the annual fees of that much money. So I know on this trip that we're going to take, I got the flights for free, and I believe I'm going to be able to upgrade to bags, luggage, for free to get reimbursed with the American Express. But other than that, what am I really using? I know some of them have like free Ubers, free food delivery, free XM radio, stuff like that. But is that anything that I really care about? So if it's not, I think the best thing for me to do is to open these cards up, get the points, and then close them. And even if I pay the $695 fee like I just paid for the American Express, I basically got like $4,000 worth of flights for free. And I learned a lot, because at one point American Express audited me to make sure I make the money that I said I made, and I made it through the audit, and I ran it through some risky things, what they might consider risky, which I don't consider risky, and I was able to get past that. So fine-tuning that credit card stuff might yield me, let's say, 100,000 points a month right now. One other issue I have is, how do you not get greedy? How do you not run like $100,000 through the card a month? Well, $100,000 through the card a month will give you, let's say, a $2,000 a month return on like the Wells Fargo cashback card. I forget what it's called, cash something. But that's a lot of money to be running through your bank. You have to find a way to buy something, sell something to break even, or buy some kind of a monetary instrument and deposit it. So that's stuff that I've been working on, and luckily I have some very nice people around me that have guided me a little bit with that, and I've been able to do some good things with that. So now we're talking about what? We're talking about credit cards. Let's say that would be $500 to $700 a month. The purchasing and selling, let's call it $600 a month. So now we're talking about like $1,100 a month. The other online stuff I'm doing, I think I can do $5,000 a month. That's like $5,500. Slots, I think very easily right now I could do $7,000 a month. That takes me to about 12 and a half. And then blackjack, I would need about $8 a month, which is not ridiculous. And I could be at my goal for the year. Now, if I can find a way to make more money on those other safer things than the quarter, half, 1% advantage I can have at blackjack, then it would make sense for me to spend more time doing that. And if I do that, though, I feel like the podcast would probably be at risk and would be gone unless it became some kind of a pay thing, which I do not want to do. I enjoy doing the podcast, and I've met so many very, very nice people, and I'm humbled by you guys. But it may be limited in its existence here. So this may be the last year that I do it. So let me have your ideas from what I've said so far, and let me know if there's something that I can maybe transform the podcast into that would be more helpful. Whether it's a list of things you want to learn more about, or I'm going to be doing these experiments real soon. As soon as I have time, just put it on my list here of other ideas that people have for gambling and stuff. And I know that some of these things, some people think are impossible, but some of them can work because they're mathematical. But me exposing them can cause them to go away. So then what do? You just don't say anything at all, only tell a couple friends, just do it yourself. These are all things that I have to think through. So that's what's been on my mind right now. And there's been so much going on at home, having a big family and money in and out and all this credit card stuff I've been doing. I'm running like $50,000, $60,000 a month through these things and keeping track of all the money coming in and out, taking care of the family, paying the bills, doing all the things that I do, and at the same time trying to hold down a full-time job. It's been a rough 6 months or so for me. So, yeah. So right now I'm driving home from dropping off my kid to watch her friend play. Hopefully she can get a ride home and I don't have to come all the way back to pick her up. But, I love my family and I want to spend more time with my family. I love to travel too, and I can't wait for one day when my wife and I can travel together and make money and enjoy our time. One more thing here, let me just say, I was looking at the map today, and there's a state that I really haven't visited as far as casinos, but it does have a good number of casinos, and I think I'm going to go on a trip. It may have to be like a 3 or 4 day trip. So I'm thinking about how I can make that happen, and it would be thousands of miles, and it would be something like 30 to 35 stops at different casinos, and that gets my juices flowing, gets me so excited to be able to go to different places and see different people and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, all these things are on my mind, and I wish there was a way that I can give exact details to everyone, but unfortunately I can't because of the nature of this, and I have nobody that I can look up to that I can ask a lot of advice like this. It's a big favor to ask this kind of advice from people who know more than me, and I don't know how many of them are going to want to do that. But yeah, I just wanted to just pop on here and let you know what's been on my mind. And my wife called me today and she said the refrigerator in the garage is not working right, so I may have to get a new refrigerator tomorrow as well. So that's what's happening right now. I'm going to let you go, and I'll check in with you on Sunday, where we are going to be traveling to at least 7 casinos and hopefully do some good stuff. So for now, I'm going to let you go. If you have any questions or comments, my email is mwusa21@gmail.com, mwusa21@gmail.com. See you next time.